Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks so much for joining us. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, the case for a man accused of setting a fire with 7 people inside has been continued. We'll have the latest.
And Congressman Tom Reed, he's speaking out about a letter that he recently sent to the Department of Homeland Security, how he's trying to protect victims of assault. But first, we get a check of your forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with the latest. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Wednesday out there to all of you on Facebook Live Land and YouTube live stream land. If you happen to be watching us on our live stream on YouTube as well, we have a little bit of lake effect snow coming into the southern tier. It's not especially heavy, and again, you can see the radar switching back and forth between rain and snow. It's trying to figure out what it is, but it's actually snow that's falling temperatures below freezing, so it's obviously snow, and it's not especially heavy. We actually do have another band of lake effect that's impacting areas north of Buffalo. This actually has prompted a snow squall warning for areas up here, and essentially a snow squall warning is essentially just an enhanced version of a special weather statement. And this actually is the most organized band of lake effect right now, but we do have some lake effect, but it will wind down as we go throughout the day. But again, the snow chances will be going up over the weekend, and again, there's that potential storm system Saturday and Sunday. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on and some of the new details that we know. And we flipped the switch here. 32 was the high temperature last Wednesday, and since then we've kind of been going up and down here. We actually made it to 32 on Monday, and 25 was our official high yesterday. We forecasted 26, so we were just 1 degree off. So how it goes sometimes. Hour by hour, temperatures will actually fall through the 20s throughout the afternoon today as a cold front comes on through, but the lake effect snow will shut down, and tomorrow should be mainly usable but chilly. We'll talk about that along all of the latest details we know about that winter storm with that Quick Solution 7-day a little bit later on in the show. Jay and Matt.
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it, sir. Thank you. Our top story, a case for a Sugar Grove man accused of attempted criminal homicide is continuing. According to court records obtained by WNY News Now this morning, 25-year-old Jackson Kent Knappenberger will have a preliminary hearing at the end of the month. Now, police said Knappenberger was arrested earlier this year after Pennsylvania State Police report he confessed to lighting a plastic bag containing gas and oil on fire near a Wilson Road residence last month with 2 other adults and 5 children inside. Knappenberger was reportedly caught a short distance away from that scene, barefoot and muddy. Troopers said Knappenberger lost his boots while he was fleeing the scene. He was being represented by the Warren County Public Defender's Office. Full story right now at WNYNewsNow.com.
Congressman Tom Reed recently spoke to reporters. Now, Reed says he sent a letter to Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen to discuss the trials that women who are either in the department's custody or people that are on their way to America face.
The letter's intention is to send a message from Congress to the Secretary that women who are coming to America by way of immigration have access to sexual assault resources for the sexual assaults that they are suffering or have potentially suffered in their route to America.
Now, Reed says he's been made aware of cases in which migrant women have been sexually assaulted while on their way to America. Reed adds that he's requested that Customs and Immigration provide services to those who are sexually assaulted before reaching America, just like they would if the women who were in their custody.
And a warning for parents, City of Jamestown police are trying to locate the driver of a blue SUV they said approached a child on Tuesday. Now, Jamestown police said the student was walking to Washington Middle School in the area of Hotchkiss Street and Deering Avenue when a white male in a navy blue SUV with white stripes and dark tinted windows drove up to the child and asked if they could assist him in locating his lost puppy. Now, the student reportedly ran away and notified staff inside the school about the situation. Police are looking for video surveillance in that area and are asking for anyone who may have captured this vehicle to contact them directly at the police department.
The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office is offering safety tips to residents so that they can stay safe while partaking in winter sports activities this season. Chautauqua County Sheriff Jim Quattrone says that with recent cold weather causing many lakes, ponds, and streams to freeze over, the quality and weight-bearing capacity of the ice can vary considerably, even on the same body of water. Quattrone says that ice fishermen and others using the ice can give themselves an extra margin of protection by following some basic rules. For starters, assume that all ice is unsafe until proven otherwise. Avoid moving water and stream inlets as well as areas around the dock pilings and other structures that are slower to freeze and quicker to thaw. Understand that much greater ice thickness is required to support a snowmobile, ATV, or group of people than an individual person. Dress appropriately for conditions to prevent hypothermia. Wear a personal flotation device while on the ice to increase your chances of surviving an accident. For more tips, please see our full story at WNYNewsNow.com.
Interesting. I got into fishing just last summer, and I've actually thought about it because I have the itch under the skin to go out and fish more. I thought about how difficult do you think it is to ice fish, and I guess there probably are a lot of risks to it. So certainly good to see Sheriff Quattrone kind of reminding folks about that. And we've seen or heard over the scanner, in recent months of numerous calls of people with distress on the ice. I'm sure those will pick up, unfortunately, as things move along. So hopefully that they can prevent things like that.
Absolutely.
Saying hello to Carl. He's coming back with our beards. I got a cut yesterday. So mine is a lot less. But Maddie, you lost it a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah. So thank you, Carl, for pointing that out. Gillette really should sponsor us. I agree.
I agree. I do want to thank Carl, though, because in all seriousness here, in our field, sometimes, it can get dark and dreary and negative. So to have, this type of fun, and not just for Carl, with a lot of our viewers,
right.
I really appreciate it. It makes me have a smile on my face, having some laughter.
Right,
We need
exactly.
it. We need it.
We try to mix the good and the bad. So certainly happy to see you, and thanks so much for being here. Also saying hello to Pam. Thanks so much for watching us, a longtime viewer. To Nick, and I believe Kayla is watching as well. Happy Hump Day to all of you. We have so much more to tell you about. New York State Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She made an announcement last night about her future. Details next.
And later, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he'll be back and he'll let us know what we can expect outside for the next few days. Stay tuned as News Now continues.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
I'm filing an exploratory committee for President of the United States tonight.
Now, another Democrat is tossing her hat into the ring for 2020. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand made the announcement, as you saw, in a Tuesday interview taping for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Gillibrand says she's forming a presidential exploratory committee and that means she will seek the Democratic nomination for president. Now, the senator spoke today downstate, and she said she's going to run a very different campaign.
Every generation has chosen to make a more perfect union, to bring more people into those rights for a reason. Because that's who we are as Americans, despite all our flaws. We want to bring people together, not tear them apart. Until now, until the person in the White House, until President Trump has chosen to tear this country apart against all racial lines, all religious lines, every division, every line you can find. And that is what we have to fight against. This is going to be a very different campaign, because we're willing to take on those systems of power that do not want Americans to have that opportunity.
Now, Gillibrand also has a trip to Iowa planned this weekend. Iowa, of course, one of the first places that they have their primaries in the country. She was elected for her second full term in the Senate in 2018.
And New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo is looking to capitalize on a Democrat-controlled Senate to increase education spending, legalize pot, and pass the Child Victims Act. He talked about all of this during a speech at the Hart Theater in Albany yesterday. Cuomo led by highlighting his accomplishments in 2018.
We have the National Comedy Center that just broke ground, just opened up about 5 months ago. Already you have visitors from 49 states going to Jamestown, New York, to our Comedy Center. Isn't that amazing?
After calling marijuana a gateway drug for about a year, Governor Andrew Cuomo is backing the legalization of adult use of marijuana, estimating $300 million in revenue. Adult use marijuana would be limited to those over the age of 21, and local governments still could opt out. The governor also wants to permit personal use as well as retail sales in the state. Cuomo said he is interested in expanding the state's bottle bill to include 5-cent deposits on most non-alcoholic containers, such as sports drinks, energy drinks, fruits, and vegetable beverages. Cuomo is calling on more money for education. He said he wants to increase the aid by $956 million for a total of $27.7 billion, including another $338 million in foundation aid, which is the general operating funding for school districts.
Those children have more obstacles than the children in the richer schools. It's the child who's going home to a New York City public housing project and whose mother is working or whose father is working and is going home alone. That student needs more help than the student who is going home to a two-parent household where they're getting tutored.
Finally, Cuomo said he will pass the Child Victims Act in 2019. The governor said the legislation ensures those who abuse children are held accountable criminally and civically, and that survivors of childhood sexual abuse have a path to justice.
There is no other way out of this, because it's a crime. No worse, it's leaving them alive but destroyed. That is a true statement, and the Catholic Church should understand that. And that statement was made by Pope Francis, and I say we stand with Pope Francis and we pass the Child Victims Act this year, because if you believe in justice for all, then you believe in passing the Child Victims Act.
Now, the governor advocated for that passage of the Child Victims Act last legislative session, but the bill was unable to pass in the Senate. Under current law, child sexual abuse offenses cannot be protected after 5 years from their occurrence, and civil lawsuits for the conduct must be brought within 3 years from the victim's 18th birthday.
Jamestown Red Raiders varsity head coach Tom Langworthy recently won the Legacy Builders Award, which focuses on character building rather than the wins and losses. Langworthy says that winning the award is a very special thing.
It is nice. I think it's great recognition. You know, I feel humbled by it. I almost feel, in a sense, a little bit uncomfortable by it, which is why I made the post. I made the post because I am proud of it, but at the same time, like I said in the post, it's shared. You know, it's like I feel uncomfortable getting the credit for stuff like that sometimes when there's so many other people that whose hard work and effort has gone into it.
Now, Langworthy has coached the team since 2008. During a full interview, which can be found right now on WNYNewsNow.com, Langworthy credited the fans, players, and fellow coaches for their interest in high school football.
Yeah, that's a great way to end off this segment. I think Coach Langworthy has done a lot for a lot of young men in the community, and I think anytime you have structured, whether it be sports or extracurriculars or curricular activities, marching band, which is a huge thing here in Jamestown, the musicals, the plays, football, basketball. So I could go on. I could go on. But when you have things like that and you coach like him, where you teach these young men good values that they can take home to their families and to their girlfriends or boyfriends or whoever, and they can spread that, that is what makes a successful generation. So well-deserved for him. I certainly do understand the whole bit of being uncomfortable because to be highlighted, especially when you almost want to be someone who's in the background. You're the coach, right? It's not about you. It's about the boys. It's about the young men. But well deserved and great interview by you, Matt.
Thank you.
That's a very good eye for that story, and we learn a lot on Twitter as news people. So in the last few minutes here, because we have a little bit of time. So Langworthy, what's next for him? He's going to continue coaching, obviously. Nothing's going to change. Is there anything that maybe he's taking from this award that he's going to try to continue to push off to his guys?
I think the biggest thing is working together as a team and working on the life skills. At the same time, right now, he also has to focus on the football aspect. Right. Actually, one of the big things that he's talked about was basically having determination and high standards. We talked briefly about how his players actually, all year round during the off season, they'll do weightlifting. They'll have lifting sessions. Those started the other day. So this is an activity that requires a lot of dedication.
Yeah, right.
And that's a good skill to have.
Absolutely, absolutely. So good for them. Saying hello to Sam, to Ryan is here with us as well. Looks like Amber is watching. Thank you all so much. Hopefully you are having a good day. I know it was a little icy out there this morning, Matt. So certainly we'll want details on that. Coming up next, though, Jamestown High School students are celebrating a very special achievement. The deets are coming up.
But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with the latest on our weather here at News Now.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, community partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back to WNY News Now on this Wednesday. And let's take a live look at the Seneca Allegheny Casino Sky Vision camera. You can see a little bit of that lake effect snow that is falling over I-86, and it's 29 degrees right now in Salamanca. But the temperatures will be going down as we go throughout the day as a cold front actually approaches. These are the high temperatures yesterday. 25 was the high temperature in Jamestown, 28 Dunkirk, 31 in Erie. That was the hot spot. Actually, Rochester in the entire area was 32, but closer to us, the high temperature was 31 over in Erie. So it wasn't a bad day, but it was a little bit chillier. News Now cam, again, you can see a little bit of that lake effect snow that is falling here in downtown Jamestown. Currently it's 29, but doesn't feel like it when you factor in the wind. Feels more like 18 when you factor in that west wind at 15 miles an hour. So a pretty healthy breeze is going to keep us chilly. And I mentioned this yesterday, and I want to mention again, there's going to be troughing setting up across the Midwestern states. And when you have a trough, what that does is it allows the jet stream to go up into Canada, drag polar air, and then dump it into the United States. And it looks like this is going to carry us all the way out until the end of January. So we're going to be cold. It looks like we're going to get into more common parts of this Arctic air. So the word of the day, cold. Or should I say the word of the rest of the month is going to be cold. Here we go with First Defense Doppler. You can see a little bit of that lake effect snow band that has been coming through the area. It's not especially heavy, and I don't expect a whole lot of accumulation out of this. This is our next deal right here. You can't even see it yet, but it's this little rain shower that's going into Oregon right here, into Washington and Oregon. This is kind of it right here. The center of the circulation is still offshore, and once it moves ashore, we will start to get better quality data. That is going to be the system that's going to come our way over the weekend. For today, the lake effect snow winds down. You can see it just sags to the south and just falls apart. It should be a dry late afternoon after the snow ends. Dry night. Dry mainly tomorrow. Maybe just a slight chance of a little light snow flurry. Not a big deal there. Now, let's talk about what we know about this weekend storm system. Now, the data is still a little sketchy at this point because the center of circulation of that storm hasn't made it on shore yet. But what has happened on the newer computer model guidance is it has shifted the track a little bit farther north. Now, if that keeps going north, we could also have an ice problem going into the weekend as well as more milder air drags into it. It looks like the heavier snow zone is going to be right over New York State. So right now we can't tell you still how much. I think tomorrow after the system gets on land we'll have better idea, but this will usher in the coldest air of the season, especially with that trough. So again, the system will begin Saturday afternoon and there will be the chance for significant snow totals. I'm going to be as general as I can here. So just significant snow totals and sub-zero wind chills through Monday as colder air filters in. So, you know, we'll just have to keep you updated on this as we continue to look at the new model data. Scattered lake effect snow showers end today. Little to no accumulation. Temperatures fall throughout the afternoon, 18 to 24. That's where we're going to end the day with a west breeze, 12 to 25 miles per hour. Take a detailed look at the next 7 days of your life. 26 tomorrow, 29 Friday. Enjoy Thursday, partly sunny with a few scattered snow showers. Here we go. 3 below zero will be our low Monday morning. So bundle up those kids and bundle up as you go out to work Monday morning. And colder air will still be here for early next week. Sports is next. Don't go away.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. The Jamestown Red Raiders boys basketball team snapped their two-game losing skid after posting a win over Fredonia on Tuesday, 54-38. Jamestown outscored Fredonia 32-18 in the second half after having a 22-20 halftime lead. The Red Raiders will be back in action on Friday night at 7 o'clock on the road against the Frontier Falcons, which will be a conference game. Also, what occurred locally on Tuesday, the Jamestown Jackals basketball team took time to visit Maple Grove Junior-Senior High School. The team used their time to mentor the Maple Grove Red Dragons varsity girls basketball team, as well as show them some basketball drills to use in the future. The Jackals' next home game will be on Sunday at 3 o'clock against the San Diego Waves. Sticking with basketball, tonight with an 8 o'clock jump ball, the 22-23 Brooklyn Nets will be on the road to battle the 25-18 Houston Rockets. Brooklyn is currently in 7th in the Eastern Conference, a half game behind the Miami Heat. Houston is in 4th in the Western Conference, 1 game behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game will be televised on the Yes Network, as well as the NBA app. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you so much. Now, bilingual students at JHS recently celebrated success in the school's English program as a new language during a dinner at the high school. A total of 12 students were honored who tested out of the ENL program last spring. Teacher Debbie Oakes says that she's very proud of the students for their hard work and dedication, especially as they work to learn a second language while being surrounded by those who speak their native language. The students were served dinner by students at Jamestown Business College. As part of the celebration, each student received a certificate, gift bag, rose, and a membership certificate from the YMCA of Jamestown. For more on the celebration and the program itself, please visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com.
That's so amazing. I know sometimes when you come from an area where maybe your parents both speak a different language than the language spoke at the country or at the school that you're in, I'm sure it's probably pretty difficult.
Yeah.
So good for them that they're to a point now where it's like, all right, we've graduated the program. They, obviously it's called testing out, and that they can kind of move on and be bilingual. I think that's so cool. I've always wanted to learn a separate language, but it's just been pretty difficult. I don't know about you.
It's hard.
Dakota.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggled in Spanish when I was in high school. I mean, I barely scraped through it just so I could graduate. I mean, it's tough to learn a second language. It really
Definitely is.
Well, I'm going to learn some Dakota Hunterelli language right now. I got a feeling.
Weather, Dakota, it was really slick out there.
Yeah, it was. We had a little bit of slick spots. And as the school bus stop forecast comes up, Al mentioned Monday is a holiday. I have a dream. I forgot about that. Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I forgot about that. So, hey, the kids have Monday off, so that might be a good thing. 20 to 25, temperatures fall through the afternoon as you pick up the kids on the school bus. And as you send them off to school tomorrow, bundle them up 12 to 16, but mostly cloudy. That'll be the good news. At least there won't be any snow falling. And here we go. Temperatures just fall right down a cliff, and we will struggle to hit the double digits Sunday. And the cold air looks to be in place probably through the remainder of the month. Looking at the longer range models.
Oh, great.
Boy. Well, hey, winter is finally here, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
One day closer to spring.
I wanted to tell this story real quick. I only have a couple seconds, but this morning, Norm and I carpool, and I was coming down Potter's Alley to our lot, and I almost hit one of those big concrete things because it was so slick. So please, 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 be careful out there. We're okay. We stopped.
Is that a hint? Is that a hint to somebody?
It was maybe the city could put a little more salt down. I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.